Um, Things have been a little bit crazy here, but you know what? That's been pretty much par for the course the entire week. Not really surprised that today was a little nutty, a little crazy. Not really surprised. Okay, so here we are. We're going to be talking today about uh, the the product creation um, process. Now, the first part of the process is you have to understand that you need a product. The reason for the product is basically it's you. It's you. So nobody can sell you better. For instance, the product I'm going to be creating, I can guarantee you will talk and teach reselling because that's what I know. And quite frankly, that's what I'm an expert at. Now, I've been told by those more experienced than I that you should, if you're an expert in something, you should never give it away. You should always charge. Excuse me, I'm still a little bit under the weather lately. Anyway, so so you have your product, and if you sell it yourself, 100% of the profit is yours. So whatever you spent to create the product, once you've covered that, then you cover that, you cover your advertising, the rest is profit and it's in your pocket. Now on top of that, let's say you have your product and you have an army of affiliates out there selling it for you. Let's say you've registered your product on Warrior Forum, you've jumped through those hoops and you got it all set up, and that's where you're going to get your affiliate army at. You figure if they're serious enough to be on Warrior Forum, then they're serious enough to be able to sell your product with vim and vigor, putting more money into your pocket. Okay, so those are all the pros for creating your own content, creating your own product. The con, it's one big con. The con is nothing is free. You're not going to be able to create your own product for no money. And the reason why I say that is because once you come up with the concept of what you want to create, then you want it to look nice and you're going to want to spend a little bit of money on it. You can't just take a Word document and say this is my ebook and give me $5 in PayPal and I'll give you the Word document. I mean, it looks horrible. You're going to want to have a nice sales page, and you're going to want to have some testimonies, a testimonial section in there, and all these other things, all these other what have you. So let's do a little bit of a screen share here. Brave browser. Okay, Brave browser cracks me up. So screen to share, share to the screen. Okay. All right, here we go. So what should the product be? Now, you're going to have to reach down deep and sit down and really suss this out on what you want the product to be, because once you create it, it's basically going to be attached to you for all time. People are going to, you're going to be known for this product by other people. In fact, when you think of ClickFunnels, you think Russell Brunson. When you think Russell Brunson, you think ClickFunnels. What do you think would happen if Russell Brunson stopped selling ClickFunnels? He just dropped it, or he came out with a new product, a, a motivational series on how you can be successful like him, but somebody else owns ClickFunnels because he sold it. How willing would you be to go running to get his success series? I'm not sure. It kind of causes pause. Why did he sell the company? Why was it not profitable anymore? Was he losing money on it? And you get all these rumors and conjecture and stuff like that. And it could be something just as simple as it was taking up too much of his time. You have like Elon Musk who bought Twitter, and it's rumored that he's sleeping there at night because there's so much to do. He's so much work to do that he can't leave there, not even to sleep at night. Um, so you're going to be married to this product for some time, and you're going to want to make sure it's your passion, it's your baby. It's the thing you're going to want to spend the next 15, 20 years with. So it really needs to be something you're passionate about. It needs to be something you're knowledgeable about. Please, whatever you do, don't fake it till you make it, because that's just a horrible way to do business. People will consider you an expert in this area, and they're coming to you for expertise. And if you're just copying or mimicking someone else's video series, you're not really doing anyone any real service. You're not doing yourself any service, and you're not doing your clientele any service. And I've seen things like that where they were copycats of larger um, tutorials that I have taken. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They just took this small part of it and kind of made it their own. Whatever you do, you'll be happiest if A, it helps people, and B, it is profitable. Helping people while being profitable is what you want to be, where you want to be at. Now, we're talking digital products. Um, if you're able to make like real products with your hands, like I know some people are woodworkers, they can take an old beat up piece of furniture and make it look like something you want to spend a few $100s on, then hey, by all means, make that your product, because woodworking is a very, very popular hobby. People love it. If you spent the last couple decades of your life raising pugs, then make that your product. You're a pug expert, and people love those dogs. They really do. Um, it's a very popular niche. So, in fact, I knew a guy once a while ago. I'm not sure if he ever did it or not, but he thought it would be a great idea to become a member in all of these pug groups on Facebook, and then you make your own pug group. Now, this will pretty much only work if you have your own pug, because using your own pug's content in the groups is really what's going to create the conversation. Using generic puggle pics, you're going to get caught. Someone's going to say, "Hey, I saw that picture somewhere else," and but if you have your own, and you love taking pictures of your pug, you can interact with these people in the Facebook group, create your own Facebook group, and monetize it. And you can sell, hats and shirts and bumper stickers. Your kid was on the honor roll, but my pug, no, wait, my pug is smarter than your kid, or my pug is smarter than your honor roll kid, something like that. Um, you could create all kinds of physical product and just send it out to people as they buy it. But right now, we're going to concentrate on digital product. So we're going to be looking at either an ebook, a video series, a membership site, or maybe a combination of all three. Uh, now, now we're not going to make a product just so that we can give it away for free. What we want to do is make a product um, that we will sell. And I know this sounds scary, and it's going to be a time commitment. And don't misunderstand me. I am not an expert in the product creation process. Quite factually, I've never ever made my own product, ever. Uh, I've made some infographics and I've given them away. I've written a couple reports and I've given those away. But I've never created something that I was going to sell. Something that I was like, hey, this is worth like $10 and I should sell it to the masses. So online, an ebook, a video series, a membership site, one of those three is pretty much the way to go, or the combination of the three. And when I say a combination of the three, imagine an ebook that's a membership site. So in order to uh, be allowed access to the ebook online, you have to have a username and password. It lets you in. Now you have your ebook, and embedded in the ebook are small video clips. Instead of pictures, it's a video clip. And you could do this on a website. So it's an ebook, it's a membership site, and it's a video series. Uh, and when you're looking at this and you're going through the process, you can write it all out, you can script it all out, but you're going to be looking at the graphics. You'd be like, should I pay for graphics right now? What should I do? Okay, so this is going to be our focus. I'm assuming that you don't have a lot of money to invest. So if I was, let's say the year was 2013 again. Okay, so we're way back in 2013. Um, and I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, let's get an online business going. I didn't have hardly any money back then to invest in anything at all. It was quite the struggle. And had it not been for reselling, I honestly don't know where I would have ended up. Reselling was just, it was an incredible miracle for me. Um, so when people say they don't have the money to do a huge investment in something, I believe them. I believe they don't have the money to do an investment, especially if they have children. So what? They have $1,000 sitting in their bank account. All their kid has to do is trip on their shoelace and walking down the street, crack the front of their face, and yep, they're in the dentist chair. And I guarantee it's going to cost more than $1,000 for that emergency. Okay. There are deductibles, uh, auto accidents, pipes bursting in your home. Things happen all the time. And you always want to have a little bit of money saved up just in case the absolute worst happens. No, I'm not one of those morons that believe money can solve any problem whatsoever. However, when you are in crisis, money, like any other resource in abundance, will help greatly. So, how much should you spend? When we're going through this process, we're going to spend as little money as possible. Okay, so I'm not going to pay for graphics. I'm not going to pay for a custom script. I'm just going to do this on a shoestring for as cheaply as I possibly can. Kind of the way I approached my internet marketing business. So when I first was exploring internet marketing, everything sounded like it was just such an amazing idea. Everything was amazing. Everything was great. And you start purchasing, you start investing into different things. And you realize none of this investment makes any difference in the world if I can't drive traffic to any of these things I'm trying to promote. So then it kind of hits you like a truth bomb. I need to be an expert in driving traffic. So then you start investing in courses. And that's where you find, oh my gosh, I paid for this course and it's just a copy of that course. And you felt like you've paid for the same course twice. It's just so irritating. And then you get really good information. When all is said and done, thousands of dollars have been spent, and that is not an exaggeration. And I cannot say that every single dollar was a wise investment that yielded uh, massive amounts of returns. I really can't say that. But what I can say is it did give me a pretty good education so that I ended up here where I'm at today. Now I am going through everything very, very slowly. Other people have achieved much more, much quicker. So I will assure you of one thing. If we do decide on a membership site, it will not be a mailer and it will not be a traffic exchange. And the reason being is because there are a ton of good mailers out there and there are a lot of good traffic exchanges. And I don't really see the need for another one unless I come up with like a brand new concept, you see. For instance, traffic leads to income cash mailer. That guy has a new concept, paid training. He offers paid training. You learn how to use his site and you get $10 plus a bunch of credits in your commission account. The other one, list surfing. That guy, I forget his name off the top of my head. He has a really interesting twist. It's like a mailer married a traffic exchange, basically, and they gave birth to this creation. It's a hybrid mailer traffic exchange. It's really weird. So you surf the traffic exchange and you earn mailing credit so that you can send out your credit. You have to surf, I think, at least 50 pages in a 30-day period. And you can, if you're a free member, you can rotate one site. And that one site will remain in rotation forever as long as you surf 50 pages in a single month. And then he has, upgrades. Both sites have their upgrades and stuff like that are pretty normal, but they are original sites. They both have original ideas, and I respect that. I really do. I admire it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to copy it. Same thing. If I decide on an ebook, um, I might put a video in the introduction of the ebook just to introduce myself and the book. Just doing something different. If you're doing a video series, I probably will offer something with it. You know, I'm not sure what, but you want it to have value. Now, um, this today was just basically an introduction. Next Friday, we're actually going to map the product out. We need a core product, and then we need some revolving bonuses. Um, and depending on how I can work it out, I might have some co-ops with some other site owners, maybe, you know, um, something. I'm not sure, but rest assured within the next 6 days, I will be working on it and banging this out. And I want you to do the same. Pick something that you're really good at, something that you're an expert at, and hammer out a product based on that. Whether it's an ebook, a video series, a membership site, or a combination of any of the three in any way. A video series with an accompanying ebook, an ebook that has videos embedded in it, a membership site that's a combination of video and ebook training. So they both have their pros and cons. Like videos are great because you can actually see the person doing it. Ebooks are great because if you have a lapse in memory, you just open up the ebook, you go to the page, and like, oh, there it is. I remember now. Whereas in a video, you kind of have to fast forward or sit through the whole thing. It's really weird. It's just when I'm really tired, I don't feel like doing nothing. I prefer video. But when I'm in a hurry and I'm in an active state, I really prefer reading because I can read faster than someone can speak. So I really do prefer reading over that. But we're all different and we all have our different things, which maybe is the reason why we should have a combination of all three. I'm even musing about putting some type of bonus on a memory stick and sending that as a physical product bonus, just shipping that out. Everybody likes a physical product. In fact, I got this here. Oh, here, let me turn off the screen share right now. There we go. So I got this. There you go. This is a little USB stick from Ziegler, the Ziegler Corporation. See, it's just a USB stick and it says inspiring true performance. On here is a bunch of Zig Ziglar um, uh, seminars that he gave, and it's only audio. There's no video in it. And when I'm feeling down, I mean really low down, and I feel like nothing is going right, I'm failing, and everything's falling apart, and expectations are not being met. I will pop this in. It's my emergency rescue kit, and just listen to Zig talk about some of his trials and tribulations and how he turned them into a massively successful empire. Okay. Um, so we're gonna bring this to a close, and I just want you to let you know that this course, this series that we're doing here on the product creation process, it's not going to be one of those weird, stupid tricks where I'm like, okay, we're going through the process. We're not going to spend any money. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, in order to do this, we need to buy this. So you all need to buy this from me so that you can go. No, if I buy anything like, for instance, Lead Sleep, I like programs like Lead Sleep because they have a free version and then they have a pro version. And the difference between the two is, I want to say, like $26. And the free version gives you a way to build your list, a way to make a daily broadcast to that list. It's a traffic, and the free side, like a traffic exchange. It's 3 to 1. But on the pro side, the free traffic to click for it is also 3 to 1. The difference is on the pro side, you get 10 pro slots that you can just put your links in there and they will get traffic. And the traffic is very quality. It's quality traffic. I get a lot of opt-ins, sign-ups, and sales from that traffic. I appreciate it a lot. Also, it has a tracker. It has a page builder. And the tracker and the page builder, guess what? They're included in the free part. Now, when you upgrade to pro, you get a autoresponder. So the list building stuff is still the same. However, instead of having to send out manually a daily broadcast, you can set it up an a series that sends out daily automatically. And that's on the pro side. So these are the programs I like. So if there's something we're going about using, we'll use it. They will be a free version that will still be functional. So I don't want you to panic and thinking that this is just some type of money trap or money pit. This is not the situation. Talking about a money pit, there are people out there that were very successful with this type of funnel. I'm not going to mention the name, okay? But one of the very famous marketers said this was one of his very first programs, and he made tons of money with it, and it's how he built his empire today. Way back in 2013, I had tried the same program back then with none of the knowledge I have today, and I fell flat on my face. It was basically a site, and the site was a funnel for 5 multi-level marketing programs, 5 of them. And all 5 of them had a monthly cost, and the monthly cost wasn't cheap. Is anywhere from $20 to $50, and you had to maintain that while at the same time trying to drive traffic to this website. Um, it was a frantic race to the bottom, basically. Now, I'm not saying it was a scam because, like I said, there are other people that were very successful with it. It's just some of us learn slower than others. Some of us really have to work with it and work with it and work with it to really pick it up. And especially a lot of these younger people who are born with this technology and they're raised with it, they're very comfortable going online, making videos, networking with people online, and we're seeing a lot of people who are 20 years of age and younger making 5 to 6 figures in doing this online marketing thing. And then you got guys like us, we have life experience, we've had careers, and we're looking at our golden years and we're like, I want to do one last thing. I want one big cool business to push off in. And the internet's cool and everything's all wild on it. And you're like, this is what I want to do. And you see all these younger people, and you're like, oh, if the younger person can do it, I should be able to do it. But we have a completely different set of experiences. So talk about trying to play catch up. It's just, and I spent a long time in the military. And in the military, yeah, for the weapons and stuff, the technology is awesome. But it really felt like when I got out of the military, I felt like I was about 4 years behind the times in consumer technology. They had all this stuff out that I had no idea even existed. So anyway, this can be exciting for everyone. Just understand, no matter what you build, you're going to have to budget either time or money or both for traffic. You need to drive traffic. So this is only a small part. Believe it or not, getting the product up, that is a very, very, very small part of the equation. The larger part is how are you going to feed it? How are you going to monetize it? Who's going to buy this? That's the big question. Who's going to buy this? And you have to answer that. Why do they want to buy it? Why do they want to buy it from you? What's in it for them? How does this apply? Can you humanize it with a story from your own experience? Maybe you have a personal anecdote on why this came to you and stuff, and make the other people sell it. Zig Ziglar said it like a million times. Sales is nothing but a transference of emotion. And that's true. That's the truth. So, all right, I'm just going to cut it off here at 30 minutes. You guys have a lot to do. I have a lot to do. We all have our homework to do. So, I appreciate you all coming by. And I wish everyone the utmost success. If you have any questions or problems, feel free to email me, contact me, Facebook, contact me on YouTube. Put your questions in the comments, let me know what's going on and let me know how I can help you. Anyway, thank you. Have a great weekend.